Hi, Gina. I hope you're doing well. I'm excited for this last week, and I just want to give you a little heads up. We are having our floors redone downstairs, and so even with the door closed, you're still going to hear some noise and voices and hammering in the background. So I just wanted to let you know that was happening before we get started. But you picked some great images to share, and I'm excited to walk through them a little bit. They didn't really come through high res, so I'm sorry they're small, but I can still work with them, and I hope you can see them a little bit better. I love the way you use the tree for the composition. So for this image, composition is awesome. It's really, really beautiful. So you should be proud of yourself. You said it was foggy, and I can see that it's a little bit foggy, but I think this image, you can definitely do a lot with it. So I'm going to actually edit the unedited one. The way I would do it, I would crop it a little straighter like you did. Um, and I would warm it up, but I wouldn't use just this temperature to warm it up. I'm going to use some highlight control too. So let's take a little bit of the green out, like make it more magenta tone, just because when I looked at the other one, it was very, very green. I'm going to darken the shadows, give it a little bit of a pop. Okay, and I'm actually going to come down here and take out some of the blue. So do you see what happened? Like all right here is just in a shadow, and it made her dress look kind of blue. So I'm just going to take out the blue. And that solves a lot of issues. So let's go down here and change the highlights. I'm going to just change them a little bit, make them a little bit warmer. Really, huge changes come to your editing style when you start making a bunch of small changes. So I'm just going to show you, this is what I edited compared to how you edited. So this is mine, and this is yours. And let's look at some of the differences. So this is very green and very blue. And so I changed that by adjusting the temperature, adjusting the highlights down here, and actually taking out the blue from this area of her dress. The reason the tree looks warmer than here is because of what we did with the highlights. And so, I mean, this is a beautiful, beautiful image. I mean, really, that should be in your portfolio. So you should be proud of this. I hope what I demonstrated can show you a little bit of, how to make it look a little less cold. So there's one. Let me go ahead and look at this one. I really, really love this image. Of course, shooting, it was overexposed to begin with, which is okay, but I mean, here it's very overexposed, and so I would just practice exposing a few stops down in the future, but I really like this. I think it's gorgeous. The only thing I would change, I mean, gosh, I really wouldn't change anything, to be honest. You could lighten some of the darks to have more detail in her hair, and then adjust some of the shadows. I don't know if you can even tell a difference of what I did. But basically, if you just don't want to make this look very dark and black, which you didn't, but I was just saying if you wanted to adjust that, you could. Just have a little bit more detail in her hair. But really, it's beautiful. I mean, if I was editing this, obviously this isn't a raw file, so what I'm going to do is not going to look great. But this is how I would edit it a little bit. So I would adjust the highlights so you can see the detail on her dress, and I would warm it up just a little bit and straighten it. So I may even do that a little bit more, which looks very, very similar to yours, only yours looks better. So beautiful job. I really, really love it. And I think, is this all the same girl? I think it is. You did a great, she should be really happy with these. So let's look at this. I like that you straightened it. That's really good. In the future, I would avoid this, I think, because you're so close to it that you can't really tell what it is. And so when I look at this image, it's a big distraction to me. I think it would be much better if you moved her up a little bit and you actually just shot her with the field, because this is just it doesn't add anything, I guess is the best way to put it. But as far as your editing goes, obviously this is overexposed, and so what you did to correct that was perfect, and I love that you can still see detail on her dress. So I really, really like it. I think you did a great job. My only critique would be to get rid of this stuff. If you ever have the opportunity to shoot, which you will, a similar bridal situation like this. So I think you're doing great work. You should be really excited. You should be proud of yourself. And I think the biggest help today, hopefully, was just looking at this image and talking about how to edit it differently in the future. So um, I hope that was helpful. I really do. And let me know if you have other questions. But I think you just have a great eye. I just really like this one. And I think you're going to do great, great work. So I'm excited for your new year. And I hope to see you soon, which I will. So take care and Happy New Year. Bye.